While the buzz and the adrenaline many times is more than enough to get the players through their many stops on the way to Phoenix, the real letdown comes when most of them are reassigned to Portland and grabbing their bag at the jetport. The upgrades on and around Dean White Court haven't really taken away from that vintage feel. They've simply added color.
It feels good to have a good team back here, especially for Coach Rafferty. You know, we can tell he's excited. All the guys are excited about it.
Go, boys! Started last year with that playoff game against Thornton, and then beginning of this year at camp, we all had a good. We all felt real good about it.
Good. We're working towards one goal, that's the state championship, and I think that working hard in preseason really helped us. And just game to game, we just kept it focused.
We need you. We need you.
All eyes are on you now, and the weather says it's going to be a great day. So. I think it's going to be a perfect fall afternoon.
Go. Get up inside. It's an honor, and at the same time, you know, I know a lot of the old fighters that fought at the Expo are going to be there. So at the same time, you know, I got to do real good and stuff just to show them a good show, you know, get that respect. I've been wanting to fight home for years now. You know, it's been a while since I fought out here, so it needs to be that time right now. I need to fight now.
They led the Red Riots 27-8 at the half. Speaking of coming out of the gates, check out Edward Machete getting away from the entire Sopo D. But there's Hayden Owen with the strip just shy of the goal line. The ball would roll around. Sanford falls on it to get the touchdown. They would take a 33-14 lead. Game over, right? Well, South Portland's been here before. Remember that huge comeback at Scarborough a few weeks back? Here's Duncan Preston to Joey Tobias. Sopo down just 33-26 in the fourth. 2 minutes later, Preston to Matthew Stearns. Red Riots down just one with 2:30 to play. With a shaky kicking game, having missed 3 extra points already, they go for 2, but it falls incomplete. Sanford survives 33-32, and they'll take on Thornton Academy next week. And the Blue Jays up at BGSU's Deutsch Perry Stadium, tackling Tiffin Calvert in their Region 22 semi. Second quarter, no score. Alex Clark airs it out for Tanner Cavalich, who hauls it in deep in Calvert territory. That would lead to Jordan Bergfeld's opening score of the game. 7-0 St. John's. Just over 2 minutes left in the half. Blue Jays on the move again. Super sophomore Tyler Jettinghoff breaking free for the score. DSJ up 14-0 at the half. Second play of the third quarter, Mark Boggs. Quick strike to Ryan Denzel, and he does the rest. Racing 40 yards for the touchdown. St. John starts to blow it open, up 21-zip. Still in the third, they give to Jettinghoff, who bowls his way in for his second TD of the game as St. John's cruises 35-0 and are stoked to be back in the regional final for the 4th straight year. Running, especially against the clock, comes at a price.
It hurts along the way. I'm usually very out of breath.
For many kids, putting themselves through that kind of pain is often someone else's idea.
My mother was the first one that told me that I should run.
She didn't really like it. I think she even hated it.
In this case, Abby Mitchell would keep with it and actually grow to like it.
It feels incredible afterwards.
I know how hard it was and everything else, but she said it was worth it to her to feel like she was one of the other kids.
That's because for the rest of the day, the senior at Falmouth isn't running with the pack, as she's just one of 30,000 people in the U.S. battling cystic fibrosis.
If I had the same problem, I probably wouldn't get out of bed.
I can't imagine, and I don't even think we realize all that Abby deals with.
There's inhaled antibiotics. There's therapy.
And medications, sometimes a lot of them.
I take probably about 12 medications, but multiple pills or multiple dosages of each.
Then there's her diet.
Apples, beans, watermelon.
Even those health foods are out of her reach, unless she wants to take more insulin due to her CF-related diabetes. All that sacrificing, though, has become second nature to Abby, as she uses each stride to add precious seconds to her life.
It's really easy to quit, and she never did. She kept on going. She used it as a motivation.
It's fun to have successes, but this is the kind of success that's way beyond, you know, wins and losses.
Although for runners, there's no better feeling than beating the clock. In Falmouth, Csaba Sukosd, News Center.
When I was growing up, my father, you know, always stressed to me the little things. Don't make excuses for things. You know, excuses are words of failure. The game is the fun part. Training is the taxing part. You know, so you got to push yourself to the extreme level where your body say, I cannot go there. but it really can. The toughest part is kind of telling yourself, no, finish it right now, even though your legs is tired. There's no way that the game is going to be as hard as I train. You know, if the game is going to be harder, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
There you go, just like that, just like that.
You know, my grandma always tell me, you know, use things as stepping stones. You know, you can use them as a stepping stone to fall down, or you can use them as a stepping block. You want to go hard, so it's game-like. So when you get in the game, you making that move, and it's like second nature. If you're going hard, you're going to make a mistake. You cannot be perfect. Stay focused, stay focused. If I miss 10 shots, stay focused. Plan on making the next one. When you become a pro, it's not about, you know, your athletic ability. It's more about mental. It's a mental game then, because there's so many people that can play the game. So now you got to start outthinking this opponent. I'm trying to focus on the small things so I can take myself to that next level. My body is looking completely better. I feel great, you know, and my confidence is, you know, is out the roof.
There are the guys.
Here come your Portland Seagulls.
Then there's the guy behind the guys.
Here he is, Slugger the Seagull.
So, what does that make this guy?
I'm the guy in the background.
His teammates would disagree.
Without them, we wouldn't be able to get through the season.
He hides in the shadows. Most of his work is done in his office.
For a 7 o'clock game, I'm usually here by 10 at the latest, sometimes 11.
A little bit. You can ride the bike too to get a little bit of sweat going.
Brandon Henry's days also stretch late.
You can come in.
As he tends to his guys well into the post-game night.
Baseball is very different when it comes to sports because we can do a lot of preventative work.
Good.
And he does plenty of it. During the 5-month season, Henry is off just a total of 10 days.
All right, 15 minutes.
That's the biggest challenge for me, is finding new ways and looking at our players each individually and seeing what this guy needs in order to not get hurt.
His players are reaping the benefits of all that hands-on work.
He knows my body better than I do sometimes, so if he says something, that's just what it is.
That includes telling the dogs to lie down when they're hurt.
Sometimes you have to take 2 steps back in order to take 3 steps forward.
As a member of the Red Sox organization, he, like everyone else, has visions of one day replacing the Maine monster with the green one in Boston.
I'm slowly taking up, and hopefully one day I'll get there as well.
In Portland, Csaba Sukosd, News Center.
Hey, just get plenty of water.
Speedways have a whole lot of cars, both outside the gate and especially inside it, attracting fans of all ages.
I just love it. I got into racing when I was a kid. 1960 I got into racing.
Those older spectators have seen more than just the gears changing on the track.
From dirt to asphalt.
They've also noticed more and more flags. That's where this guy steps in, or in actuality, steps up.
Back in '76, we wanted me to just help them out for one night, and from then on, I've been at it since.
Meet Eddie Walsh, the man everyone recognizes at Beach Ridge.
Somebody would come to me and say, "You know who my father is, or my grandfather, my great-grandfather." I've been through quite a few generations.
He's become a bit of a mascot for us. You know, we've got Speedy. Speedy's popular as the mascot, but Eddie's another mascot that everybody knows.
Whether he's directing traffic or throwing caution into the wind.
His agility is impressive. He's up and down that flag stand a lot during the course of a race night.
That kind of commitment has earned him an official status.
Sometimes I kind of feel embarrassed.
He's the only flagman in the Northeast whose name is on display for all to see. But Eddie Walsh is a part of something even more exclusive.
2 laps to go. Beach Ridge is about the only track in the country that gives away checkered flags to the winning drivers.
With each one of them signed by the last person winners see before crossing the finish line.
Seems like every time I don't do it, I have a driver come up to me and ask me if I'd sign it.
Fortunately for those at the wheel, they won't have to worry about anyone else handling the flags anytime soon.
I don't want to retire. I'm only 71. I should go another 10 years.
Even after being a part of racing for 5+ decades, he continues to beat the clock. In Scarborough, Csaba Sukosd, News Center.